Liverpool Fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool Fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki Man Si. The two standout stars of the Euro Under-21s tournament this summer are Nick Woltemade of Germany and our very own Harvey Elliott of Liverpool and England. Right, we've already got Harvey Elliott, so there's that already. But why don't we pair him up with Nick Woltemade? And this video is going to explore why he should be our priority striker signing. He may be our priority striker signing, and it might explain reasons why we haven't really moved for Hugo Ekitike or Alexander Isak. And I did mention those big money, big name spinning signings could be a smokescreen for our real target, whether it's Retegui or maybe more precisely Nick Woltemade. So let's look at the potential prospects here. We have a close relationship with Stuttgart, having prized Wataru Man Mountain Endo, their captain, the big E who saved him from relegation and has established himself firmly as a fan favorite. Obviously, a lad from Yokohama whose dream come true, and he's staying. He's staying. Big up the Endo. However, Angelo Silla is also a big target at Stuttgart, right? We would have done the rule over him, done the analysis over him as well. And Nick Woltemade was in the Stuttgart ranks during that time as well. So we will know all about him from the time of Klopp's days in the helm at Liverpool, as well as our connections there and scouting their talent, as well as Slot's propensity to make youngsters fulfill their potential and their talent, versatility, height, aggression, brilliant dribbling, aerially dominant, silky, class, precision, and conversion. I mean, look at the stats here, right? 28 appearances last season, 12 goals, 2 assists. Yep, you might say middling. However, he dropped deep, so deep to link up the play, almost Firmino-esque. His stature, his physicality means he's always going to be a threat and imposing, no matter what his direct goal contributions are. And he scored 5 in 5 appearances in the Cup. His statistics are not bad whatsoever. And then you bring it into the Euros, into the Euro Championships this summer, where he is the top goal scorer with 6 goals in 5 appearances. 1 goal ahead of our very own Harvey Elliott. Love me some Harvey Elliott. Oh, I'd love him to stay. But look at it this way, right? Harvey Elliott doesn't really have a fixed position in Liverpool. Now, in the last game in the semi-final, everyone opened up. The Dutch under-21 international team, captained by Jarell Hato, who's another target, by the way. Hato marked his man, but it opened up. And Harvey Elliott drifted through and slotted a plum, smashed it in for the winner, 2-1. He wouldn't get that space in the Premier League. And the unfortunate thing with Harvey Elliott, no matter how talented he is, his prime is likely to be between 26 and 28 years old, a few years from now, still very, very young. His value will never be higher, having gone to the Euro Championships and absolutely excelled in this England team. He's a class above everyone else in this England under-21s team. What I mean by his value won't exceed this is in terms of what he can bring to the transfer table at this point in time with his current performance, noting the limited minutes he gets in the Arne Slot team. Because unfortunately for him, Florian Wirtz is obviously first choice 10, and it looks like Szoboszlai is number 10, backup number 2, with probably McAllister number 3. Curtis Jones even plays there as well. Mo Salah will never be displaced on the right, and he's got Jeremy Frimpong to contend with that right midfield slot, sorry, that right wing slot. The right-sided number 8 as well. There isn't really a right-sided number 8, except if you count Szoboszlai drifting from the 10, because Gravenberch is the number 6 and McAllister drifts off to the left. McAllister is probably first choice in that position, backed up by Curtis Jones. You even got Wataru Endo in the mix, right? So it's really hard for Harvey Elliott to get any minutes. The most obvious place is the right wing slot, but Chiesa, Salah, Frimpong, is a hard task. So with 50 million thereabouts being asked, and probably Brighton may be willing to pay between 40, 50 million incentivized, that exact fee could pay for Nick Woltemade, who could be our striking option for years to come. He is absolutely going to be the number 9 for Germany for years to come. There's no other prospect that comes close. And Florian Wirtz would be able to tell Arne Slot, Richard Hughes, and the team, having seen him up close in the senior international team, exactly what Nick Woltemade can add, his personality. And by all accounts, he's a cracking lad, great lad off the pitch, does charity, well-spoken, very, very mature, German efficiency. And he is the Firmino light, but a really, really tall version of Firmino, who can dribble between the lines like a Zlatan Ibrahimovic at Ajax. His finishing is clinical. He's got every finish in the book. He's aerially dominant in terms of contesting the ball. Maybe he doesn't score as many headers as he should do, being 6'6", being pole like Peter Crouch. But it's a delicate, silky touch, and it's not a good touch for a big man, as Peter Crouch was labelled with. It's a good touch overall like Ibrahimovic. He can shoot left, he can shoot right foot, he drifts into space. He even dribbles the opposition with his lanky frame because he's very, very acute and technical and precise at getting out tight-knit spaces. I've got several clips I want to show you around Nick Woltemade as well. But let's look at the tactics board to see what he offers on the pitch for Liverpool and why this German Hulk should be the primary target. why he could be a target, and we're waiting for the Euros to finish because obviously he wants to concentrate on the tournament before contract negotiations. Priced at 40 to 50 million. Chelsea and Barcelona and Real Madrid are taking note of Nick Woltemade, being linked with him recently. Liverpool got linked with him back on 6th of June by caught offside as well. We keep our cards close to our chest for our real targets. We always spring a surprise. You're thinking of Fabinho out of nowhere, Diogo Jota out of nowhere, for example, right? So there's always that aspect of it as well. And I think we will rapidly move for him if the prospect of him wanting to join is clear. And my goodness, he was linked to Everton. He's not going to end up at Everton, right? So let's look at the tactics board right now. So whilst I'm setting this up, we are only 45 subscribers away from the magical 10k on the Liverpool Fan in Japan channel. The Liverpool Fan in Japan community is the best right now. If you haven't already, there's a channel of substance and abundance, so smash that subscribe button, like the video, and comment below. What do you think of Nick Woltemade? Should he be a legitimate target? Should he be our first choice target ahead of Isak, ahead of Ekitike, right? I really think so, because have a look at this, okay? Now, he will lead the line. He will lead the line. However, that's not to say that he will stay there, because if you look at his heat map in his positional play, right, it could be Diaz, it could be Gakpo. Obviously, this is going to be Salah. Let's put Frimpong here for fun. King Pong. This is Konate, but it could be Mark Guehi as well. This is obviously VVD, Van Dijk, Alisson Becker, challenged by Mamadashvili. This will be Milos Kerkez. I think there's a few little final clauses and technicalities to sort out before his official announcements. He's passed his medical by all accounts. The thing is with Nick Woltemade is he drops into this zone. He drops into this zone. He can play along the midfield line in the free as well. This power triangle right here is really, really nice. But the really, really surprising aspect of Nick Woltemade is at 6'6", he's actually very effective as a wide playmaker as well, as shown by the clips. What you'd probably expect to see is the duality of 10s, Woltemade and Wirtz in the duality of 10. Gravenberg at Maka here. You're not going to see Frimpong and Kerkez on the same line there. I really, really doubt that. If Frimpong plays, what you're going to see is more of this kind of shape, okay? More of this kind of shape with Frimpong here. Diaz forming the left-sided left mid position, because he picks up the ball and he has the propensity to hit the ball across the Salah. Wirtz will operate in the inside forward position, and Woltemade will operate between the lines here, giving Salah the inside forward channel. Salah starts out wide, but when the ball transitions from this kind of area, Salah goes inside. Frimpong offers the wide option here. What you then have is Salah in the ideal position here, which means Woltemade will make the darting run here. You feed Salah in position there, and then there's a left-sided overload with Wirtz going to the left and Diaz becoming the outlet there. Frimpong is given the option of Woltemade here, or if inclined, Woltemade into the box as well, giving Frimpong the option to go around the outside. It's a 1-2 option. If you try to stop the ball to Frimpong, Salah jinx cut insides, and now you're in danger because Salah is in the most prime position for a through ball for Woltemade to slot across goal, to shoot, or to square for Wirtz, and Wirtz is coming in as well, or do the penetrating ball between the centre halves into Wirtz, into that position there, and Wirtz is absolutely immense because his first touch is spot on. If you get Wirtz the ball in the box, it's game over for the opposition chances. You might even say it's the endo of their chances to win any points without endo coming on to close up the game, right? The cleaner, the closer. So what Woltemade gives you is the ability to go out wide, in which case Frimpong can make the inside run, the direct run here, which means Salah is the option on the out wide option. Wirtz is here, and Diaz becomes a central striker because Kerkez would have actually gone up as well. Van Dijk and Konate in the box sweeping formation. You do see this very, very commonly. When you're breaking, when you're preventing the opposition from breaking, you absolutely congest the middle. Why? Because even if they hit space, right? Even if they hit space, Van Dijk and Konate have a linear run to goal, which is the shortest route to goal. Everyone gets back in position, and you're forcing them on peripheries, which they're not going to score from here. They can deliver, but more than likely, the real option for the opposition to do anything is transitioning the ball from one side to the other side. And in the other side, when you're closing here, if they can get this kind of effect, that's where they shoot first time or shoot first time. We've conceded versus a Jared Bowen counter-attack in that regard. We've conceded versus Chris Wood against Nottingham Forest in that kind of regard. Okay, so you do have to be somewhat careful, but it's obviously preferential to put them in those zones of containment because they can't have a direct shot. It has to be quality delivery, and the bodies can get back in time. So that is why you low block in this regard to stop the offensive transition from the opposition, and Kerkez will be charging back. Frimpong has the engine to charge back as well, and that's a big plus over Andy Robertson, who's slightly aging and isn't as sprightly and sprinty as he used to be. And obviously Trent would just be la-di-da-di-da-da, something like that. Is, you know, it's just, I don't know what that is. Okay, so Wirtz in that position, Salah in that position, the duality of 10 is almost a cheat code. It's almost unfair to have these number 10s here, which means Woltemade can play top, and Frimpong offers that option. Look at this lineup here. Kerkez or Robertson can play the left-sided of the centre-backs. When you have this option, Frimpong round the outside, Diaz can't go round the outside, but he comes inside. Wirtz can play around the outside, but Woltemade can also play around the outside, because if he was to drift into this position, you saw in the clip earlier, he's very good at a through ball, and you'd hope that Gakpo or Diaz can get on the end of the ball. Diaz less preferential because he doesn't get his head up, even though he's good at hitting the ball, you know, using the ball in this area, but he usually cuts inside. His left foot is almost non-existent for assist making or shooting. So if Woltemade plays around the outside ball and Diaz makes a straight run, he's getting on the end of that. He could even play it back to Woltemade, who shoots across. But then you have these options here: Salah at the back post, Wirtz here as well. Preferentially, you have a Gakpo or Diaz on the left-hand side and a Woltemade approaching the back post like crouch, and he's unstoppable. But even if you can't get a clean shot through a header, knocking it down for Wirtz or knocking it back for Salah, wow. I'd actually hope that Salah passes to Wirtz instead of shooting, because sometimes he's got a weak shot or daisy cutter, or sometimes he just doesn't get a good connection. But no, I don't want to put any negatives on there. Salah will obviously score an absolute bucket load because he's a record maker. Then you have the option of Frimpong out wide and get your buttocks back into the box as well. The options are aplenty, and imagine this is Connor Bradley or Frimpong, flashing it in front post and no one's stopping him getting his head on the ball. Lofting it to the back post. Once again, you've got a knockdown option and a back post option, a recovery. This is super important. This is why it's so hard to be a starting midfielder in the Liverpool team, whether you're Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai, Wataru Endo, because of the ability to cover laterally, the ability to play the ball, to win the ball, and Gravenbergs, you know, doesn't give a shiz run past you mentality, and Maka can do it too. Maka's also good at winning fouls and playing the ball through the lines into a Woltemade who can knock it back because his hold-up play is exceptional. The thing that Woltemade really opens up is the hold-up play to give it to Wirtz to play make from there. Wirtz can also overlap Woltemade because Woltemade can do his work in the deeper positions, even in the centre circle, holding it up because he's got those long limbs, right? He's holding the ball away from his body. You can't put a foot in. He can turn you, but more than likely, he's going to bop it off to the wing back, Frimpong or Kerkez or Maka in the advanced position, or head it on, and you've broken the line straight away. You're in the line of 6, and it's terrifying with Wirtz, and with it Salah up top or whoever up top, and then Woltemade will stride and join in the play later as well. He opens up so many combinations and so many options because his height, physicality, silky assured first touch, ability to bring others into play, a threat at the back post as well, running in behind, hold up play, playmaking from the widths and the areas as well. He can really play anywhere and make an impact, even if he's not on a goal scoring run or goal sheet himself. He's just going to be an absolute nuisance and a threat. And imagine that we even play with Wirtz as a false 9 or off the left-hand side, Woltemade off the bench, man. Oh my goodness, that's not even fair. And he hasn't even come to his prime yet, and I've just deleted Woltemade because obviously after the Euros, his name's off the German team. No, it's going to be on the German team sheet, but it's going to be off the Stuttgart team sheet because he's coming to Liverpool. Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, Slick Rick, get it done. Thank you, everyone. Smash a like on this video. Subscribe. Drop a comment below. Nick Woltemade for me is the one. Get it done. I think we could very possibly be doing it. It's a Liverpool type deal, in all honesty. 40, 50, even 60 million for Woltemade. Playing in front of Wirtz, bringing Wirtz into play, bringing Salah into play is a no-brainer. It's got to be value for money ahead of 150 million Isak or 100 million Ekitike. I don't want Sesko. I don't want Goy Koresh, for example. Retegui is an interesting one. We haven't been linked so much. Woltemade is the one. Join the Liverpool Fan in Japan membership, right? It's £2 a month. It's the best way to support the channel. You get an exclusive goodie. Drop your number in the spreadsheet until the end of June. If you become a member, then you will get a free Legendo figurine or a Liverpool figurine or the surprise figurine coming up as well. The numbers are going thick and fast, so get your number very quickly for all the members. Thank you for supporting the channel. Miyazaki Man Ichiban, it means the best. Nick Woltemade, Takai means expensive or tall. He's very tall. Takai, to Jozu desu ne. Jozu means skillful. Jane means ciao. Have a great day, everyone. Go on, England. Win the Euros. Harvey Elliott. Yes, boy.